Joy Quilts. Today what I'm going to do is sew a smoke pattern on a Quilts of Valor quilt. A little bit of an unusual situation happened in this one, whereas when I was getting down to the bottom it was getting closer and closer to the edges, and I did measure it in the beginning, but sometimes it's difficult to get your measurements exact. I'm going to start this one off again so we can talk about what happened. So the smoke pattern is one that I use a lot, especially if it's going to be for a guy because it's not a feminine pattern. I'm using Metler polysheen thread, top and bottom, which is a 40 weight, and a 80 SEK needle. Not much difference between an 80 and a 90 other than 90 pokes a bit bigger hole. Running machine at half speed, and basically almost at the end of this quilt. The problem that I had with it was a little bit narrow, about an inch narrower at this end than it was at the top, and I think it's just due to the construction method. It's all done with little squares, and quite possibly the seam allowance is a little bit different at the bottom. Two people made it too, which also makes it difficult. So it did come out about an inch smaller. So what I did is I remeasured the safe area when I got down to the bottom after picking out a little bit of a row that was too close to the edge, and found that it was indeed an inch smaller. So then I shrunk the pattern down by an inch so it would fit in the boundaries of where it should, and recentered it. And we're starting over to see how that works. Obviously it's going to be perfect. It can happen sometimes. Quilts are not perfectly square. Now when I trim it, I'll trim it equal distance from the edges of the fabric, and it will look square even though it won't be 100% square. But it is going to go in a bed, so it's not going to hang on the wall or anything where it would be a little more obvious. This pattern smoke is a really nice one. It's really circular and fills a lot of space. Great for something that has kind of sharp curves because it can kind of arc around. And if there's a lot of piecing, it doesn't push too hard on the piecing because it's not particularly intricate. So you're not going to get a lot of flagging of your fabric and dragging around. It's a nice simple pattern. What I generally do is rotate it or invert it, reverse image it from row to row. This one I just did left to right, right to left. Sometimes I inverted as well, but it kind of made it a little more concentrated at one end of it than the other. So this way I just reverse the rows to kind of give it a little bit more interest and make the rows balance a little bit better. Nice pattern, but I find that a lot of these patterns that have an awful lot of piecing in them tend to be less square than the ones that just have rectangles and squares together. The ones that are all squares tend to be a little more varied in shape. That's how I deal with a quilt that changes size. Joy Quilts, joyquilts.com, Hotmail, Instagram, Facebook. Have a great day.